Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. First of all, happy Diwali to all of you. So today I will be starting with the video with a lot of timelines. Actually, very good news. Like so many timelines we have, not just in international graduate, but for those who've been waiting for healthcare, we have it for healthcare, even for non-healthcare, and it's like a plethora, I would say. But before diving into it, let's talk about what's the update from IRCC. So this is the CIC news. If you want more information, I will share the link in the description box below. TR to PR pathway closing November 5th. So thousands of openings remain for English healthcare work stream. I'll just read the main thing here. Now, as per the news, the deadline to apply for TR to PR pathway will not be extended. The Canadian government website confirms that intake will close on November 5th. So that was exactly indicated during the time this program was introduced. So this will be closing by tomorrow. So especially under healthcare, whosoever is still, left with few documents, like unless and until it's not mandatory, just process your application as in when you can. Now, new application will not be accepted, but those who are previously applied will still be able to sign in to the online portal and view their submission. Originally launched May 6th, TR to PR programs were created to provide immigration options to essential workers, international students, and French students. So over here, this was an aim. So this is just a basic idea. There are like currently more than 13,000 spots available for essential workers in healthcare. So this is one, and apart from that, the French is still open, where English has already reached to its cap as of now. IRCC has accepted 7,307 additional international graduate application due to glitch to the system. If you remember my previous video, I have covered like whole video on this topic. So it was accepted and it was processed also. So that's a good news. And so all told, Immigration Canada could be asked to roughly 89,500 application for these streams, not including the few coming in by mail to accommodate applicants with disabilities. So far, if you see, this is the current update. I'll send the link in the description box below. Now, good news is for those who have applied after 1 o'clock on May 6th. So there are a lot of timelines and I'll be discussing quickly. Now, this is one a screenshot from one of the applicant where IRCC has requested him to provide the ADR. This is called additional document requisition. Now you might be able to receive it before getting AOR. In this case, if you see, I've highlighted few of the points. This applicant was requested to submit income proof. So when you say proof, so the proof of income including pay stubs showing compulsory deduction. So I'm reading it for those who are not able to read it because it's not clear. This must be received at this office by November 9th. So this is the time. So usually you're likely to get 7 days of duration to submit all the required documents. The second requirement is educational document, which is education transcripts. Visa officer have clearly mentioned that original education transcripts. So please provide a copy of your official final transcript. This must be received on the same day, like November 9th. Another one is your diploma and degree. So this is again has to be submitted by the applicant to visa officer. And then there was a Schedule A requirement. Most of you must have received that. If you see here, Schedule A separate and newly completed Schedule A background declaration form, which is called as IMM 5669. So it need to have the signature from the applicant with updated personal address and travel history. Now, usually it's asked since the age of 18 with no gaps or in addresses or activity. This is mandatory because everything whatsoever you have submitted, it has to be in sync with that form. And it is like I would say it's a thumb rule that you have to give each and every information whatsoever you have done since the age of 18. In addition, ensure that you provide responses to statutory questions such as, or as well as additional explanation for all the statutory questions which have you provided a response like yes or no. So you have to make sure that you follow the instructions given onto that form particularly. Now, in this case, Visa officer has also asked him to provide the personal history from 2018, like April 2018 till September 2019. So this must be received at this visa officer again by November 9th. So these all set of documents are required to be submitted by an applicant to visa officer by November 9th. So within a period of 7 days. In this case, it has to be signed, like fully completed and handwritten signature by the applicant. And in case if the document is in your native language, it has to get translated. They will also explain that here. Moving on to our first timeline. Thank you so very much for sharing your timeline, Karthik. He has applied on May 6th at 2:45 p.m. Eastern time. So this is exactly I was talking about, that now we are not getting the rollouts just from 12 to 1. So this is really a good news that, and candidates who have applied even after 1 o'clock or even 2 o'clock or even after 3 o'clock, they have started getting rollouts. Now you might have a question, when exactly it would be? It can happen anytime, and I'll just discuss how quick it has been in my upcoming timelines in this video only. So he was able to link up his application on October 12th. So if you see, before October 12th, which is like till October 11th, there was not even a single response from IRCC. And see, now on application was linked on October 12th, then he's passed the medicals, he's done his biometric, he submitted the web form for police clearance certificate since he's already linked up his application. And then RCMP was also submitted. This was on October 25th. And then there was a requirement for additional education document. So there was a requirement for old study permit, current transcript, and admission letter. So they would also specify you, as I've discussed in my previous slide here, they would give you a complete description of what they are looking for. And then the PR confirmation was received on November 2nd. So this was day before, and yesterday only he's got the new credentials for PR confirmation, and I'm sure within 2 or 3 days time he's likely to get PR confirmation, ECO PR for sure. All right, moving on to another timeline is for healthcare. This applicant has applied again on May 6th at 12:45 p.m. Eastern time. Application was linked on August 5th. The very same day he has got the biometric instruction letter, and then he has got the AOR that was on August 10th, and then there was an ADR for police clearance certificate which was received on August 10th, and he is uploaded on the very same day. Then he has received the police clearance certificate. So he submitted that, and medicals were passed on October 26th. So he used basically the old medicals that he submitted at the time of work permit in 2020. So that's the same one he has submitted with this. And after that, within a day's time, he got the PR portal and then the credentials on October 29th. This is for international graduate again. So this applicant applied again, you see, May 6th at 1:20 p.m. Eastern time, and he was able to link up his application on September 15th. So till September 14th, there was no response. So he was able to link up using his UCI and family name. Now, a lot of you had a question that why is it mandatory to link up your application? Well, it is advisable to link up your application. Reason being is that when you link up your application, or if you are able to do it, you will be able to see all the updates under your portal. And in case if you don't link up, sometimes people don't try it and they have the checklist of the documents that, or the ADR from IRCC, it's still lying there in their account, and it's clearly mentioned on the acknowledgement letter also that try to link up your application as soon as possible. So you can only try. In case if your application is not uploaded on GCMS system, like a centralized system is the one from IRCC, they have to upload it on GCMS. So you cannot do anything about it. You can only give it a shot. And I have explained the whole video how you can do it in the description box below the current video. Now, in this case, let's resume to this. Medicals were passed on September 16th, and he relinked his account, and that's how he was able to see the unread message. In this case, if you see, he has received the ADR for diploma, transcript, pay stub, PCC submitted on October 6th. Now he submitted a web form about the glitch, so there was no confirmation about after submitting. So on October 15th, now then he received the message, the email about successfully received documents from IRCC on October 18th, and there were ghost updates like 3 times. Thereafter, he got the portal confirmation on October 29, and he submitted it late night. Now, if you see, his PCC got expired on October 28th. However, he has submitted the PCC within its valid time period. A lot of you had questioned that what if our PCC gets expired during the process. Now, in case if you have submitted the PCC, at the time of application, you don't need to worry about that because it has to be within its validity. However, if you have applied uh, at the time of application and now there has been a delay from IRCC, maybe more than 6 months have passed and you still not receive anything, I would highly recommend to apply for your PCC again, because you have not submitted the PCC yet. You've just sent the letter that you have applied for PCC. So any document that has the validity, especially with PCC and IELTS, it has to be within its valid time period. PCC is valid for 6 months time period in any country wherever you have resided more than 6 months. You need to have the PCC. I hope that makes sense. And if you have any confusion, you can always write back to me. Now, in this case, there were 3 ghost updates, and then portal credentials were done on October 29th. He has submitted the very same day, and then he has received the ECOPR. That was day before November 2nd. There's another timeline for international graduate. This candidate has applied on May 6th at 11:28 a.m. Winnipeg time. He has received the AOR on August 26th. Like, he's applied with all the documents, but on implied status. So uploaded his work permit and new address via web form. Old medical were approved on August 31st. Like, the web form also accepted there. And then there was an invitation to portal that was on October 28th. November 1st itself, he has got the portal link. So he has uploaded the document like the photograph and his address proof. And that's how yesterday he's got the ECOPR. Now he's just waiting for the PR card. This is another timeline for international graduate again. This applicant has applied on May 6th at 1:08 p.m. Eastern Time. So this is again very good, at 1:08. Got the BIL and then PCC request on September 13th, and he's uploaded the same day. Thereafter, he was able to receive the AOR on September 14th. Now, there was an additional document requisition for income proof, educational transcripts, and job duties, and that was on October 7th. He submitted the web form for ADR because he did not get confirmation about the receipt of documents from IRCC. He got the email in response to web form that documents have been received on October 27th. He got the email, a confirmation that again by IRCC, that the status got updated, that we are reviewing the additional documents. Now got the PR portal request on October 28th, and very next day credential portal 29th, and thereafter he has received ECOPR on November 2nd. This is another timeline for essential non-healthcare. The candidate has applied on May 6th at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. This is amazing. Everything submitted upfront, and if you see, this is a single applicant, except medical with appointment and IELTS results were screenshot, one end screenshot. Now, he received the AOR and linked application on September 22nd. Now, before I resume to it, I just wanted to cover one of the query. Somebody has asked that he has submitted the IELTS screenshot but were not able to submit the original IELTS. Now, let me clarify. You need to have the original copy of IELTS. That's mandatory. Screenshot has been accepted as a part of this process. Honestly speaking, I have been into this immigration industry for more than like a couple of years ago, and during that time IRCC would simply reject your case if you send any screenshot to them. Now this is a liberty in this particular program that IRCC is accepting your screenshot at the initial go. However, you need to have the original copy of your IELTS by any chance. There is no excuse on that. So in case if you're unable to find it, just approach the body where you have IDP or wherever you have took your test from, so that you get then a second copy from them and submit it to IRCC. I hope that makes sense. Now he has received the AOR and link up the application on September 22nd, got the ADR request, and then asked for the additional, this is the additional requirement for IELTS that has to be official result on October 20th. So in this case, I'm sure he was given 7 days time period. Now he has submitted it and then got the PR portal and then updated the photograph and, your proof of address. Now, for those who are from Quebec and have already submitted the application with an intention that they want to live outside Quebec, start looking for location outside Quebec, because IRCC would start giving you a confirmation and they won't take much of a time, especially for those May 6th to May 9th applicants, because this is getting pretty fast now. So just be ready with all the set of documents, get the proof of your address and get the latest photographs, and submit it and see the result. Within a couple of days, he was able to get the ECOPR. Moving on to another timeline is for international graduate. Again, very simple case. May 6th at 2:53 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of timelines are beyond 1 o'clock. That's really good news. Got the biometric request on October 5th. AOR was received on October 6th. There was an ADR for police clearance certificate and IELTS. That was on October 6th. And that's how his application was approved. Like, that's the message he got under his portal, that October 27th. And then thereafter, he got the portal request on October 28th. Thereafter, he got the ECOPR. That was on November 1st. Moving on to another timeline, that's for international graduate. He has applied on May 6th at 12:33 p.m. Eastern time. He was able to receive AOR on August 31st, and medicals were passed on September 15th. Now, in this case, he's got the biometric on August 30th. PCC was requested on August 30th itself. And that's the day he chose to submit the document. No ghost update for 2 months, and there was a long silence. And that could be one of your situation where you have submitted the document and still waiting to hear from IRCC. All of a sudden got the portal request on November 1st, and ECOPR was issued to him on November 5th. So this is pretty good, and it's actually speeding up now. And I'll be updating you time to time. Another timeline is for Stream B, Essential Non-Healthcare. Now, if you see here, the candidate has applied on May 6th at 2:46 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. AOR was received on September 20th, and medical were passed on September 18th. There was a request for police clearance certificate that was made on September 20th, and PR portal was done on October 28th itself. And if you see, like day before, he has received the ECOPR, so he's just now waiting for the PR card. So the timeline again, if you see 2:46 Pacific Standard Time. This is May 6th at 8:44 Atlantic Standard Time, non-healthcare stream. So this applicant was able to receive the AOR and linked up on October 4th. He's received the ADR that was for Schedule A on October 22nd. He has submitted on the very same day and received the order confirmation on October 25th. And it reviewed that the review has been started. So usually you get this message under your portal, whatever the update is going on. So you will get the update under that. So in this case, he has received the ghost update on October 26th. Now, after that, he got the PR portal that was on November 1st. He submitted the photograph and address, so it's a part of rule, on November 2nd, and he was able to receive the ECOPR that was on November 3rd. So this is the timeline for non-healthcare. Now, in case if you have any doubt in terms of that, you can always write back to me here. Now, I just would like to clarify, in case if you have any timeline to be shared, you can always go under community, and if you see, there are a lot of people who actually have submitted their timeline, and this is helping out all of you. So you can always go under community and share your timeline This would help a lot of you. And in case if you're not able to go through community, you can certainly go there and check out the information in there. And let's dive into our questionnaire today. So, there are a lot of people who have queries out there. So I will just try to cover that here. I hope my video should not get play. Okay, this is the last video I have submitted. So I'm trying to resolve all your queries within 24 to 48 business hours, but sometimes it may take time. So I'm just trying to, okay. Yeah, this is one question. Gabir sir, Sark, he has asked, thanks for all the videos. Why is it important to link the application before we receive any letter? No one explains that. Is it necessary? Yeah. So, as I said in the beginning, also, it's not mandatory that you have to link up your application. But when you receive a letter from IRCC, and not everybody is getting that, so I have shared the content also how the letter looks like. It's advisable to link up your application through GCKey. Now, sometimes you're not able to do it. Reason being is that, especially for those candidates who have applied after May, maybe like in June, July, or August, they might not be able to link up the application. Reason being is that this application has to be loaded by centralized system on on GCMS, that's a global case management system. So this indicates that your application has been uploaded onto the system. Now, visa officer would be the one who would evaluate your application. And the moment they start evaluating, you are likely to get the information in terms of ADR. So if they evaluate your application and they find that the document is missing, they would send you a letter to submit that document within stipulated time period, like within 7 days or sometimes like 30 days time period, depending upon what kind of document they are asking for. In case if they are asking for PCC or IELTS original or IMM 5669 form or Schedule A information or your pay stubs or your experience letter, they usually give you 7 days time period. However, if they are asking for RCMP fingerprints, that's again not mandatory. Or if they are asking for police clearance certificate, from your native country, they may give you 30 days time period, because it's understandable that this thing may take time. Sometimes you might not be able to submit that document within that time period. Just try to write back to IRCC and inform that whatever the initiative you have taken to process that request, then definitely you can submit the additional documents. So to answer your question, it is advisable to link up your application, because sometimes candidate even have realized that they don't try linking up the application, and all of a sudden when they did, they realized that they have been a requirement for PCC, and that was supposed to be submitted within 30 days time period, and they've already passed 15 days, so they are left with 15 days time. So I hope that makes sense. All right. And you should not try linking up your application for more than 4 attempts. If you do that, you might be blocked for 24 hours, like 24 business hours. All right. So another one is if you have, yeah. So like great video, quick question. How can we attach the study permit refusal in the IMM 5669 form? I forgot to attach it in the initial application. Well, you will be asked, although I have explained it, but sometimes you might have the same question, or not just about this study permit refusal, any document you forgot at the time of application, you again don't need to worry about that. You can do it at the later stage, even if it's asked by IRCC. And in case if you don't get that requirement, my advice, once you receive the ADR for other documents but not for this, and you're doubtful that this is the information I have not submitted, so just raise an IRCC web form. It will not harm you. Although it's clearly mentioned by IRCC that any unsolicited document will not be accepted, so it's always advisable to submit it after the AOR or ADR. Now, for those who have applied for police clearance certificate and you just submitted the receipt and your PCC is likely to expire, my advice, please raise the IRCC web form with your and include your PCC in that, and just clarify that I have submitted the letter and now I'm submitting the PCC. I'm just giving you a piece of advice here. In case if it doesn't work, I mean, it's not getting doing any harm to your application. However, you have submitted a proof that you have submitted the letter at the initial go, and now you're kind of just fulfilling the requirement of original police clearance certificate. Now, let me remind you, PCC can be from local police station or BLS. So under this category, IRCC is, you know, uh, accepting PCC even from local police station. Now, hi Renu, my friend submitted her biometrics in September and never received any email, or it did not show online, and she didn't needed to submit extra documents. But when she called IRCC, they told they need to send 3 documents within a week time. Is it possible that sometimes ADR won't show online in GCKey? Sometimes it does happen that your ADR might not be there and your GCKey, and sometimes you might have to create another GCKey just to see another requirements, and this is actually working. Yeah, so my point is that if you're able to link up your application and you have got it through one GCKey and you're not able to get any update, a lot of people actually have tried creating another GCKey and they were able to get through additional document requisition. Yeah, just a take. All right, so I applied on July 12th under area TR to PR essential workers. Approximately when can I expect? Yeah. So for those who have applied after June, this will definitely take time. Right now, if you see, November 5th is the last day when we are going to see that we are still receiving the rollouts for May 6th to May 9th. So this would definitely take another 4 to 5 months for sure. But whatever the thing is that I will be updating you on time to time basis. I think this all will be covered. Finished uploading. Yeah. This regards to the open work permit. Okay, open work permit I will handle separately. And yeah, hi Renu, I'm Ria. I applied TR under healthcare on May 7th. I haven't received AOR, but my query is if I had applied for a new PCC on May 20th but not submitted via web form or anywhere, will it be valid if I submit after I get my AOR before January? So as I said that, PCC is valid for 6 months time period. In case if it has not been submitted yet, and it's expire, you might have to redo it. That's little bitter, but that's the truth. I will not give you any rosy picture over here. Your PCC needs to be submitted within its validity time period. So if you have applied, now you have applied on May 7th, so you don't need to worry much. It's likely to happen anytime, like you're likely to get AOR for sure. Now you can submit PCC after receiving your AOR or ADR at any given time, which means even if it's not been asked by IRCC like your PCC, you can submit or you can raise web form after receiving AOR or ADR. I hope that makes sense. All right, this is all for today. I believe so. I'm being able to resolve your queries. So if you have any question, you can always go back to my channel, and please don't forget to subscribe. This means a lot. And in case if you want to additionally support the channel, you definitely can join. And yeah, just motivate our channel too. Till then, take care and happy Diwali to all of you again.